Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tyler Kaiserzak, reporting to you live on TJK Network, and we welcome you to the NJSIAA Section 1 Group 1 State Playoffs on TJK Network. The first round for the girls soccer team. Yesterday, the boys played, even though they did not win and they got knocked out in the first round with a final score 3-2, they played very well against the number 1 seeded Ramsey team. The girls' team is the polar opposite to the boys. The boys had to struggle with a lot of offense and defense and stuff. But, again, they fought very hard, and it was a pretty solid season for the boys for what they did. The girls' team is phenomenal. They have finished with a 16-1 record. And they have clinched the number 1 seed, so the entire playoff run will be all here at home, and we will be here at every game to cover it all for you guys on TJK Network. So, anyways, let's get into our starting goalkeeper stats. Starting goalkeeper is number 0, Zoe Wisner, with a record of 16-1, and she has a total of 96 saves, averaging 5.76, and her save percentage is a .933. Very phenomenal save percentage, and her goals against average is 0.41, which is also very phenomenal. Here's the current bracket here. So Pequannock, of course, the number 1 seed, playing the number 16 seeded Midland Park team, which is a record of 6-11. And the winner of that series will play the Kinnelon-Saddlebrook series. Kinnelon's the 9 seed, and Saddlebrook is the 8 seed. So whoever wins this, we could play our potential rivals, Kinnelon. That'll be a good series for the second round.
That would be a good series considering that the last football game that we played, the Pequannock Panthers football team beat them. And yeah, so another good rivalry game, possibly the Panthers coming out on top once again.
And this place is already packed. A bunch of fans in attendance, parents and students supporting the girls. Bobby Van Riper filming for the girls soccer team. And the starting goalkeeper for Midland Park is Kennedy Geary, number 0. So Midland Park will finish off their season 6-11-0, and they also lost their final game of the regular season at Emerson Borough, 3-1, and of course the girls will win their final game of this regular season at St. Elizabeth, 4-1. This is going to be hopefully a great playoff run. Last year, the girls finished 16-2-3, made it to the state sectional semifinals, lost to PKs. The girls hit the post, I believe, a couple times. And here we go. Coming with it at center, Caitlin Zegler. And it's picked off by Valletta, taken out to center. Battle for it, Rachel Cunningham will get that one stolen from Weston. Emily Zegler nearly got that, but it made its way to Clark instead. Karis Blakely will try to bring that one in. Karis Blakely, very solid on the defense here, as she basically gave herself a black eye while trying to defend the ball. And she's still playing this game. And Pequannock bringing the ball in, and it's a shot, and it will be stopped by Geary. Kicked out to center. Off the head of Karis Blakely. Out of Van Letten, it will go partially off of. Coming with it, Russian. Victoria Locke. Victoria Locke takes this one to Karis Blakely. But no movement as Westing is with it. Pequannock is able to bring this one partially out, but Midland Park was with it, but Shaylon Zmansky with a great defensive play to get this one out. It's brought in, and Kennedy Geary to go out of the net to grab this ball. Brought out to center. Off the head of Samantha Cunha. Currently with it. Midland Park. Brought into Pequannock zone on the side. Addie Van Letten to rush for it, and this ball will make its way out of bounds. Brought back in, and we'll go out again. And this ball is thrown back in. It'll go off the head and out again. Samantha Cunha brings this one back in. Off of Caitlin Zegler. On the rush, Midland Park. As they try to get it, but it will go out of bounds. And Kennedy Geary will kick this one out. Currently with it on the rush. Alexandra Ortega with a shot, and it's stopped by Geary. And Kennedy Geary with it to kick it out. She will bring this one out to center. It will go off the head of Addie Van Letten. We'll have a whistle, and it will be for Midland Park to get it.
Two very competitive teams here so far. A very competitive game as well.
Very competitive two teams here. I mean, even though this team is 6-11, we gotta compare this to the boys soccer team because they're the 16 seed for the girls, but for the boys, they're in the same situation as Midland Park, and that game was only a 3-2 loss, so the effort was there. This ball will go wide of the net right side. Zoe Wisner out of it to pick it up. Kicked out by Addie Van Letten. Through center. Up high. Kicked up high again. And this ball will make its way out of bounds. And Midland Park to get a corner kick. Kick towards the net. Off. And it makes its way in. 1-0 Midland Park. They will start off first on the board. Let's take a look at your TJK Network instant replay. And now Pequannock on the rush. Another shot, and it's stopped by Geary. So Midland Park will be the first ones to get on the board from a corner kick. Kicked out to center. Up high. Off the head of Addie Van Letten. Ball will make its way into Pequannock zone. And that one's brought out of bounds by Katrina McMahon. Williamson to bring this one in. Make its way towards the net. Headed back. Battle for it, Zoe Wisner. How to dive out of her net to catch that one there. And she was able to make that save. Kicked out to center. Shayla Osmansky with it. Now to Ortega. Ortega entering Midland Park zone. Ortega bringing it aside. Emily Ziegler with it. And she is being pressured by the defense. And that pass is picked off by Vitetta. And this one will go out. Brought in. And into Pequannock zone. Van Letten there to kick it out. Off the head of Caitlin Ziegler. Shayla Osmansky bringing it in. Osmansky to the net. It goes, and Geary to pick it up. Kicked out. Off the head of Karis Blakely. Taken back. Rachel Cunningham on the dive there. Great defensive play. So Rachel Cunningham with a nice slide right there. Ball brought in. And that one's kicked out of bounds. Williamson to bring this one in. Off the head of Victoria Locke. Goes out of bounds again. Brought back into play. Right up front of the net. Little pass in out of front. And Midland Park's forced to take this one out. This one makes its way towards the net, and it will go wide on the right side. Addie Van Letten kicks this one out. Shayla Osmansky with it. Now to Ortega. Ortega bringing it in. Alexandra Ortega still with it. Right there to Emily Ziegler. Emily Ziegler shot. And we'll go over the net. And this ball's brought back into play. Pequannock trying to battle for it, keeping the offensive zone. Rachel Cunningham on the rush for it. Shayla Osmansky. Now Rachel Cunningham to Osmansky again. Shot. Wide on the right side. Went a little bit over the net too. This one's kicked out off the head of Rachel Cunningham. And at center, Midland Park with it. Karis Blakely gets a piece of it. Samantha Cunha nearly picking that one off. This one will go out of bounds with Midland Park with the ball. I just realized Midland Park's mascot's also the Panthers, so this is the battle of the Panthers right here. Except Pequannock is the Golden Panthers, Midland Park is green and black with mixes of gray. At center, Caitlin Ziegler tries to pass it to Emily Ziegler, but it's picked off by Kenny. But now with it, entering in, Caitlin Ziegler. This one will go out. 27:55 and counting. Ball up front. With it, Ortega gets picked off. Shot. Rebound. And it will go over. That was stopped by Geary, and the rebound will go over the net. Kennedy Geary was not able to catch that one. Pequannock generating a lot of scoring chances ever since going down by 1.
She nearly just gave up that goal for the Golden Panthers. Very close.
Yeah. At center. Goes out of bounds. Brought into play. At center. Kicked up high by Riley DeCumber. Shayla Osmansky with it. She'll bring this one in. No one there for it though. Midland Park will let this ball roll to Kennedy Geary.
Panthers so far, Golden Panthers have been spending a lot of time on Midland Park's side of the field.
Yeah, ever since the Panthers have given up that corner kick goal, Pequannock is pushing on their offense. They started off a little slow, but now they're starting to kick in. At center. Midland Park with it. Picked off by Addie Van Len. She'll get tripped, and this will be called by the refs. And Pequannock will kick. That being Addie Van Letten. Kicked on a breakaway. Right by the net. Open. Shayla Osmansky shot. Scores! Shayla Osmansky with the open net. Gets the Panthers on the board. And this game is tied at 1 apiece. Let's take a look at that replay right there. That ball went right past the goalkeeper. And Shayla Osmansky had that open net right on that opportunity. Great play from that kick opportunity right there from the Panthers.
What an amazing scoring. What an amazing goal, actually. Because of the fact that they basically tricked the goalie into thinking that they were shooting from the other side.
Yeah, that was a great fake. Katrina McMahon with it. Emily Ziegler's blocked on that pass. She's still with it, though. Emily Ziegler. And that makes its way to McMahon. She'll play it in. Pequannock. After that whistle, we'll get it. Van Len to kick. Shayla Osmansky with it again. Shot over the net. Pequannock's offense now buzzing, as they were down 1-0 after a little slow start from that corner kick goal from Midland Park. And then Pequannock, of course, got their rhythm going and were able to tie this game. Shayla Osmansky to get the first goal for the Panthers in the playoffs. Picked up high. Picked up high. Off the head of Katrina McMahon. Clark to play this one. And pass intended it to number 11, but it got picked off. Shayla Osmansky to Ortega. Ortega tries to make a move, but it gets picked off. Shayla Osmansky blocks to keep it in. And she'll shoot it to the net again. And it makes its way in. Scores! That was Riley Chomko to make it 2-1, and the Panthers will take the lead. Riley Chomko. Let's take a look at that replay for you guys.
I have to say, what a pass.
Yeah, that was a great pass. I thought that was going to be a save. Riley Chomko right with her knee a bit to get this one over the goalkeeper. Great play from Chomko. And the Panthers will take the lead now, 2-1. Katrina McMahon with it. Riley Chomko with it. Katrina McMahon battling for it. It gets given to Riley DeCumber. At center. Makes its way in. Kaylin Zegler on the rush. Still bound for it. Goalkeeper Geary will dive for that and will hold on to it. Getting hit by, I believe that was Zegler, who was fighting for that one. Out to center. Currently, Riley DeCumber with it. On the rush. Entering in. And it will make its way to Kennedy Geary, and she'll pick it up. Kicked out. Taylor Osmansky tripped on that play. Nothing called. Katrina McMahon. And this one will go out of bounds. Brought in. It'll go off the head. And will make its way out of bounds. Brought in. Off the head of Rachel Cunningham. Riley Chomko on the rush for it. Riley Chomko with it. At center. Riley Chomko tries to pass it to Zegler, but gets picked off, and it'll go off ahead. Make its way to Ortega. Ortega bringing it in. Ortega with it still. Alexandra Ortega. Shot. Scores! Alexandra Ortega extends this lead by 2. And the Panthers offense is kicking. Let's take a look at your instant replay. And now the score, 3-1 Panthers.
I feel like that first goal scored by Midland Park was just a wake-up call to this Pequannock offense.
Yeah, I agree. Ever since that, Pequannock has stepped up, and now they are buzzing. At center now. Samantha Cunha with it now. Cunha. And Midland Park with it again. And Shayla Osmansky getting an ovation here. Pequannock rushing in on the offense here. Kicked up high. Kaylin Ziegler trying to play it. Kaylin Ziegler still has it. Shot will deflect off the head and in! Riley Chomko with 2 now. And it is now 4-1. Let's take a look at that instant replay for you folks. I believe that was Riley Chomko who had that up at front. And now the Panthers will take a 3-goal lead. And we're going to have a goalkeeping change here as the starting goalkeeper, Kennedy Geary, will get yanked out. And I actually have no idea if that was even Kennedy Geary, because it's also number 00. We could have been wrong the whole time. That's interesting to know. So we have a new goalkeeper, and I'm not sure if Kennedy Geary was a starter, as a shot will get blocked away. So the roster actually has, they're both number 00, so this is actually really confusing. We may have gotten this one wrong here, because actually the starting goalkeeper just had 0, and this one, and Kennedy, this goalkeeper right here is 00, so this actually may be Kennedy Geary, so the starting goalkeeper before may have been someone not listed on our roster. So that's kind of confusing. Brought out. Up high to the net, and what we believe is now actually Kennedy Geary will pick that one up. Kennedy Geary is actually doesn't say what grade she's in. So goalkeeping change for Midland Park. Battle forward at center, though. Midland Park trying to create some offense. It gets taken out of center. Brought in again. Kicked up high. Battle forward still. Currently with it to Aglio. We'll go off the body of the Panthers, and Emily Ziegler will take this one out. The center, Shayla Osmansky. Shayla Osmansky tries to bring this one in. It is blocked off. Brought in by Ortega, I believe. Now Riley Chomko with it from the side. Chomko on the rush. Now Shayla Osmansky with it. Shot to the net, and just over. Kicked. Currently with it. Midland Park is still trying to battle it out. It's taken back by Rachel Cunningham. Rachel Cunningham with a nice move. Rachel Cunningham to the net. Riley Chomko with it. And it makes its way in. But wait. Refs call something. Nope. It will not count as a goal. So we're still at 4-1. On the sideline was Ortega with it. Ball's out of bounds again. Brought into play. Off the head of Ortega. Currently at center, Mia DeCumber. She'll bring this one in. The side, Rachel Cunningham with the move. Rachel Cunningham with it. She'll bring it up front. This one's taken away by Almosi. And this ball will go out of bounds. Kayla Osmanski taking the corner kick. Here she goes for the corner kick. Off the head. And that'll be stopped by the goalkeeper. At center. At center. As the Panthers will get ready to defend this kick here. Brought in and is now with Westing. And on the sideline, this one will go out. Brought through to the other side. Currently with it, Riley Chomko. She's battling for it from the side. Riley Chomko. Right by the net, and this one will go just wide. And Shayla Osmanski to take a free kick for the Panthers. Here's the free kick. Up high. And won't connect. This one's played out.
Come on, Emily, no turn. Good job, Emily.
And coming with it, Emily Ziegler from the side. Ziegler will play this one to Riley DeCumber. Up at front, Ortega with a battle. Ortega still with it a bit, and it will get picked off. Now Samantha Cunha with it to keep it in the zone. Off of Shayla Osmanski, kept in. Ortega with it. Shayla Osmanski to the net. Wide on the right side. Currently with it. Samantha Cunha from the side. She'll bring it in to Shayla Osmanski. Shayla Osmanski. That pass is blocked. And just wide from that shot. Goes right past the front of the net. Don't put your head in front of the camera. Midland Park will get that ball picked off. And the Panthers will hold control. Shot will just go over the net from the Pequannock. This one will be kicked out, but not to center. And it will go to center. Karis Blakely with a nice block. And it will go out of bounds. At center, Emily Ziegler passes this one to Rachel Cunningham. Rachel Cunningham plays this one to Shayla Zvansky. Now Samantha Cunha. Bring this one into Pequannock's offensive zone. Osmansky gets that pass picked off, intended for Rachel Cunningham. And this ball is taken back to Pequannock zone with Zoe Wisner going out of her net to play this one out to center. Emily Ziegler brings this one in, but it will go out. Brought in. Victoria Locke brings this one in. And currently with it, Ortega, as it makes its way to her. Ortega with the move. Shot. And just trickles. And in. Scores. Ortega makes this one 5-1. I believe the goalkeeper got a piece of it, but it just trickled. And I believe actually Midland Park's defense might have batted this one back in. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, so the goalkeeper got a piece of that. And yeah, maybe Pequannock did get a piece of it, but so Ortega may have assisted this one, so. And this ball is back into Pequannock zone as it will go out of bounds. This one's brought up high. So your current score now 5-1 Panthers. They were down one. They started off down 1-0, and they scored 5 goals ever since to get this offense kicking. Karis Blakely takes this one a bit out to center to Addie Van Letten. Addie Van Letten brings this one back in to Midland Park zone. Rachel Cunningham from Van Letten. Try to pass it to Emily Ziegler, and this one goes out. Brought in by Karis Blakely. Off the head of Kaylin Ziegler. Off the knee from DeBasio. Shayla Osmansky from the side. Shot. Wide on the left side. Brought out, but not out to center. Still in zone. Offside for Ziegler, unfortunately. She had an open spot right there. At center right now, Katrina McMahon to Victoria Locke. Victoria Locke to Samantha Cunha. Samantha Cunha with it. Now to Shayla Zvansky. Now back to Cunha. Now Caitlin Ziegler with it. Caitlin Ziegler. Shot. Stopped by the goalkeeper with her knees. From the side. And it makes its way in. 6-1 Panthers now. Let's take a look at that replay to see who scored that. Let's see. It's too hard to tell. But this game, no matter what, is 6-1. Panthers will bring this one back in. Ortega with it.
After that first goal, really the Panthers have woken up a ton,
Ava
scoring
Martino.
6 goals.
Now Ortega. Now Rachel Cunningham. Mia DeCumber now. Slowly bringing this one in. Panthers keep this one in. This one will go out of bounds. Ava Martino now in. This one's taken out. We've reached less than 5 minutes remaining in our first half. Karis Blakely. Now Addie Van Len. So take it back to Zoe Wisner. Karis Blakely. McMahon. Back to Blakely. Out to Shayla Osmansky. Rushing on the nets, the goalkeeper. And she'll hold on to it. This ball makes its way out of bounds. Brought in. Shayla Osmansky with the move to keep this one inside Midland Park zone. Shayla Osmansky with a shot. Kick stop by the goalkeeper. Ortega tripped. Three minutes and 10 left to go. Couple sub-ins and sub-outs. Sub-offs, excuse me. Kicked. Up at front, Rachel Cunningham. And this one will go wide to the left side of the net. Kicked out. This one will go out from Ava Martino's end. Brought back into play. Battling for it. was Cecilia Colvin. Mia DeCumber keeps this one in. Kicked up high. Mia DeCumber off the head. Now Eva Martino. Kicked up high. Still in playing bounce. Reaching our 2-minute mark in the first half. This one goes out to center. Addie Van Letten. And Karis Blakely plays this one back to Zoe Wisner. Zoe Wisner plays this one to Katrina McMahon. McMahon to Ortega. At center, Cecilia Colvin. Up high. And out. Brought in by McMahon. Rachel Cunningham. And it'll go out of bounds. Kicked up high. Ava Martino batting for it up front. Ava Martino. This one will go right by. Still in the zone. Ortega keeps this one in. McMahon. Cunningham. Out the center to Karis Blakely. Less than a minute remaining with 45 seconds and counting. Back. Played back to Zoe Wisner. Now Addie Van Letten. Plays this one across to Karis Blakely. Blakely kicks this one to Cecilia Colvin at center. Cecilia Colvin. Now to Matea Dimitrowska. And it's picked off by Midland Park. 8 seconds remaining. At center. And Karis Blakely holds on to get the pass to end off this first half. Very great first half by the Panthers. They started off down 1-0 from that corner kick goal. But they'll score 6 goals after to answer back. And that will end our first half right there. So 6-1 Panthers leading. Be sure to stay in the broadcast. Don't leave yet. We still got one more half to go. We got a 10-minute intermission right now. My name is Todd Kozak, as well as Ann Garcia reporting this game. Reporting to you live the 2023 state sectional playoffs, all on TJK Network. And we'll see you momentarily, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome back to TJK Network. Getting ready for our second half of today's game, playoff game against Midland Park. Pequannock currently leading by 5 goals with a score of 6-1. And we have gotten information for Midland Park's goalkeeper. So the starting goalkeeper was actually not Kennedy Geary, so we apologize for miscalling that. Now in the net is Kennedy Geary. So the original starter was yanked for Kennedy Geary. Just to clear up confusion. So we apologize for that little mistake in the beginning. They're both wearing the number 0, so we were unsure. Except Kennedy Geary's 00. We should have paid attention to that. But Zoe Wisner is 0 and also known as 00 too for her jerseys. Oh, and also if she was 14 as a forward.
Panthers performing a very amazing first half. Let's see if they can keep that going into the second half to keep their strong lead on Midland Park.
And it looks like Midland Park will put in their starting goalkeeper back in. So it's not Kennedy Geary, it's actually Carolia Dietrich. And that ball went out of bounds. So Dietrich is your starting goalkeeper, which was in for the majority of the first half before getting pulled for Kennedy Geary. And Pequannock putting on defensive pressure, and they'll get this one out to center. Katrina McMahon with it. Now Emily Ziegler. Now Emily Ziegler with it still. Through center. And that makes its way to Samantha Cunha. Makes its way in now. Now Ortega with it. Shot. Scores! Goal for Ortega. And it is now 7-1 Panthers. And here is your replay. Ortega was perfectly open, so great play to get another goal on the board for the Panthers.
Right off of the fingertips of the goalie.
Yeah, just barely beat Dietrich.
No turn, Sam, no turn.
Evelyn Burke trying to play this one and will go out of bounds. Samantha Cunha brings this one in. Right there to Kaylin Ziegler, who's open. And Dietrich out of her net to play this. Brought back into play. Kicked up high. Victoria Locke. And we'll go out of bounds. Everyone, also welcome Jason Crow back on TJK Network. It's been a while since you were on.
It has.
As the Panthers
Did they just score again?
capitalized on another one, I believe.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're going back to the middle.
Still says 7-1.
I think they have to update it.
Yep, there we go.
Jeez.
Another goal for the Panthers. We did not notice that one as I was welcoming Jason. So 36, 38 in the second half. It is now 8-1. Cecilia Colvin with it. Currently with it at center. And this one will go out of bounds.
Pequannock's got it.
Riley Chomko now with it. Picked off. And at center. Gronk will take this one back. Addie Van Letten. Now Mia DeCumber. Now Cecilia Colvin with it. This one makes its way through. Ava Martino. And she'll be offside.
That's a tough offsides call. Especially
was open.
considering, yeah. She started her run on sides, which in logistical terms, she is on sides because of when the ball was played and she was onside. But, at this point it looks like, seems like the refs are just trying to help out considering what the score is. So,
This ball is taken back. And we'll go out of bounds. Here they are. Midland Park bringing this one back in. Off the head. This one makes its way to... I just realized the backup goalkeeper is now in the net. Pequannock made a goalkeeping change, and now the backup, Shirley Herda, is now in. This is actually the first time we're seeing Shirley Herda play. Zoe Wisner was taken out, as it is now 8-1. Pequannock has pretty much secured this W. Now they just got to defend their way for it. So, repeating myself, Zoe Wisner was taken out, I believe, right at the 8-goal mark after that goal that we didn't notice. They took Zoe out right up front. And Pequannock's defense is able to hold that one out. Shirley Herda was not ready for that one. Shot. Wide on the right side. So normally in the regular season games, I mean, Pequannock has accumulated a bunch of power points due to a lot of blowout win games. Of course, we were at most of these, and Zoe Wisner played for all these games, but due to this game being a playoff game, rest is key, and we need to keep Zoe Wisner healthy and ready for the second round. So I understand this smart move by Coach McBurney to put in the backup, Shirley Herda. Ball now entering. Pequannock zone, Addie Van Len to take that one. She will chip this one out. Deflected. Not out of bounds. And the player will fall. We may have our clock stopped for... Nope, our clock's still going. She was able to get up. It's probably very close to refs blowing a whistle for an injury timeout. Ball brought in. Right up front. This one deflects over the net. A lot of the starters taken out of the game again for rest. Brought in. At center, Riley Chomka with it. Ava Martino now. Martino brings this one, or attempts to bring this one in. It'll deflect around and make its way to Riley Chomko. Now Riley DeCumber. DeCumber gets this one in, deep. And this one will get taken out of bounds. Pequannock is a very fast team. If your defense is not able to keep up, this team will score as many goals as they can. They have scored 8 goals.
Wasn't there a game where Pequannock scored 10, I believe?
Yeah, 10-0 and 10-2.
Yeah.
They've scored numerous 10-0 games. This team is very, very strong in the offense, as well as their defense.
Oh, yeah.
And their goalkeeping, too, for Zoe Wisner being, having to take the position of a goalkeeper as there was no goalkeeper, as Emma Pieklo, which was the previous starting goalkeeper for Pequannock, was a senior and she graduated. She actually did return for a game, as well as Ashley Ziegler, who also played on the team, here in attendance, supporting her 2 younger twin sisters, Emily and Caitlin Ziegler, both having a great season. Caitlin Ziegler scoring 23 goals, which we've last recorded. So very solid stats for Caitlin.
Yeah.
And she is just a sophomore, so Pequannock has got 2 more years with her. Amazing talent.
She's 23. Wow.
Pretty solid, right?
Oh, yeah. That is...
Brought in. This one will make its way over the line and out of bounds. Off the head of Martino. Cecilia Colvin playing this one right here. She'll take it back to Addie Van Letten. And that's picked off and taken by Cecilia Colvin. Colvin with it. Bringing it all the way over. Ava Martino trying to take it, but it's taken away by Williamson. So, pretty solid game right there. This one's kicked in from the side. And we'll make it towards the net because it'll be brought out. Currently with it. We have a number 20 on the team now from JV. Another call-up, I'm guessing, because she is not on the roster. We're going to have to write that down when we get that. Unless you may know who that is.
I do. That's Amelia Murphy. She's a freshman.
So she's on JV, and she got called up, so we're going to write that down for you.
Amelia.
All right, so Jason Clutch here. He knew number 20's name. That is Amelia Murphy. So we're going to continue our normal broadcasting now. This one's taken out. Brought back into play. Very good effort. Oh yeah, well, critically low. Yeah, Jason's, so yeah, we're gonna have to replace that. We'll replace that battery for the second round. Tomorrow will be the football game on TJK Network. First round against Lakeland. It's gonna be a solid game as Murphy with it now. Murphy to Cecilia Colvin. Now that Pequannock has scored 8 goals and was pretty fast, this game slowed down a bit as a bunch of the JV call-ups and starters are now resting, which is a smart move, again, by Coach McBurney. Leading by 7 goals, no need to keep the starters in because, again, we need the energy for the second round. Riley Chomko now with it. Riley Chomko brings this one in. And this one will go out of bounds. Here's the kick. Off of Cecilia Colvin's head and out. And now Dietrich to play this one. Out to center. Midland Park with it. Midland Park playing it, and then it's taken by Cecilia Colvin. Colvin bringing this one in. And we have a little score update for you folks on TJK Network. For the bracket, Pequannock will play Kinnelon for the next round, as Kinnelon has beaten Saddlebrook with a final score 3-1. So that will be your second round matchup, and that will be on October 30th, Monday. And that game will be available on TJK Network. It's going to be a solid rivalry game. So buckle up for that game. Ball goes out of bounds. So Kinnelon upset the 8 seed as they were the number 9 seed. Looking forward to the second round matchup. Shot. And this one will be picked up or caught by Dietrich. Kicked up high. Ava Martina with it. And it will go out of bounds. Kicked out to center. And out. Brought in again. Up high by Amelia Murphy. Kicked up high by Amelia Murphy. Currently with it, Matea Dimitrowska, as this one's blocked and will go out of play. Kicked up high. This one goes out. At center. Brought in. Kicked up high. It makes its way to Karis Blakely at center. Now we have number 19 out. Cecilia Colvin. We'll wait for Jason to get back to get that JV number. Battle for it. Emily Ziegler gets knocked over. And this one will go out.
She's also a freshman.
To the net. And this one was blocked. At center. Kaylee Bunsen with it. Kaylee Bunsen gets that one picked off. At center. Shay Carlin, number 19. Thanks to Jason again for knowing the JV numbers here. Oh. Looking forward to the second round matchup here for Kinnelon. It's going to be a brutal one. Mia DeCumber now bringing this one back. This one makes its way out.
I told my sister, I was like, you're never gonna be my favorite freshman.
Kicked out to center. And kicked again. Keep this ball going. We're a little bit past halfway in our second half with less than 20 minutes remaining. 17:50 and counting. Samantha Cunha now. Now Cecilia Colvin. This one's brought into Pequannock zone with Karis Blakely to kick this one out. This one will go out of bounds. Volleyball team in the gym right now, warming up and practicing for tomorrow's playoff matchup at Park Ridge. That game will be on TJK Network 2. I'm not sure if I'll be commentating for that as I have to set up for football. That game, I believe, is scheduled at 5 p.m. We're going to double check for you guys momentarily. We'll go over our Pequannock schedule. No, it's actually at 4:15 p.m., so it's actually a slightly earlier game than what we thought. Field hockey will be playing at Ramsey for the first round. Field hockey finishing with a 9-8 record, a decent improvement from last year. Only one game above .500, but that's way better than the 7-12-1 record that they had last year. And then, of course, football playing against Lakeland. Lakeland is 6-3. It's going to be a decently good and close matchup, in my opinion. I'm predicting it's going to be a 28-21 or 31-24 game, somewhere around there. Or maybe a couple field goals, 31-27. It's going to be a close one in my eyes. So that is your TJK Network playoff picture. We are happy to bring top-tier playoff coverage of Pequannock sports to your couch. Bringing this one back in will be Mia DeCumber. Brought in by Mia DeCumber. This one's taken back. Riley DeCumber. Taken to the net. And Shirley Herta there to grab onto that. Out to center. Off the head of Victoria Locke. Now Murphy, who passed it to Ava Martino. Battle for at center. This one's picked off by Carlton. Now Victoria Locke. This one's going all the way into Pequannock zone. This one will be kicked out of bounds. As the winter sports come to an end, fall sports come to an end. Winter sports coming soon. TJK Network's proud to introduce girls basketball and wrestling. And of course, not only that, but the JV and freshman leagues for boys and girls basketball, as well as JV hockey, and of course, all levels of wrestling. TJK Network will have a full hockey production team, as we have recruited a bunch of people. Of course, I'll be on the mic still for you guys, as well as Aiden Garcia assisting the mic. Jason Crow will actually be in the control room, controlling the game, and giving us those sick camera angles. And also, we're gonna have 2 on-ice reporters, that being Cameron Corbo and Olivia Biro. So we got a little bit of a group here. We are looking forward to bringing you guys some WMPQ hockey for TJK Network, as also we have worked with the Ice Vault, and we are now going to be broadcasting video for hockey, which means that no more radio broadcasts with post-video production after. It's going to be all live on video, and also the game will not be available on Flow Hockey, or formerly Hockey TV. They will only be on TJK Network. Brought up front of the net. Off the head. Still towards the net. Kicked up high by Mia DeCumber. Cecilia Colvin off of. Matea Dimitroska. Victoria Locke. Also, a new rule for boys basketball and girls basketball this year. I'm sure, of course, only home games were covered on TJK Network last year, as we did not have an NFHS Network subscription, which is different, as now we do home and road games for you guys, providing. But if you guys didn't know, if you guys watched the home games that were only available, Pequannock was in the white and the visiting team was in their colors. This year, the NJSIAA is actually switching that, so Pequannock will actually be wearing their formerly road navy blue jerseys with the gold at home. Currently on the rush. Pequannock with it. That one's picked off. This one's taken out and back in. At center. Out for it. Shea Carlton rushing for that. And it will stay in the line or just go out of bounds. And it will be shot to the side and it will be hit away by Shirley Herda. At center, Cecilia Colvin. Brought in. On the rush. Matea Dimitroska gets tripped on that. And that ball goes out of bounds. Kicked out to center. Is that your sister right there? Oh, okay. Kaylee Bunsen battling out front of the net. Brought in by Murphy. Shot from Dimitroska will hit the side of the net. There's also less than 10 minutes to go in this game. Brought back in. Off the head of, I believe that was Cecilia Colvin. Victoria Locke. Deflections there. Still in the zone of Midtown. Excuse me, Midland Park. Kicked up high and out. Marching band walking out of the gym. A lot of practice going on. Getting ready for the playoffs here. A lot of action for TJK Network for this week and next week too. Brought in. Right in front of the net. Kicked up high. Battle for it. Shot that's blocked. Brought right by the net.
Come on, Shay. Good job, Shay.
Jay Carlton gets this one out of bounds. Brought to Victoria Locke off the head of Victoria Locke. Ball inside Pequannock zone. Right up front and kicked out. 5:37 remaining in our game. Brought in from the side. And a corner kick for Midland Park. Kicked in from the side. Deflected away. Shot. Blocked. And it makes its way through to Shirley Herda, and she'll stop it. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the game. Out to center to Victoria Locke. Cecilia Colvin with it now. None of the starters out anymore, of course, for the Panthers. Resting the starters for the second round matchup. Battle for it in Pequannock zone. Taken out by Riley Chomko. Victoria Locke bringing it in. Kaylee Bunsen rushing for it. And it will go out. Brought to number 7, Fedetta, and brought in. On the side. It will go out of bounds. Kicked out. Center. Kaylee Bunsen. Off the head. Cecilia Colvin trying to battle for that at center. Brought in by Burke. Reaching our 2-minute mark here in the game. Less than 2 minutes remaining now. Riley Chomko will be kicking this one out. Clock pause at 1:42. As there's something going on Stadium Field. There is a injury on the field. Injury timeout. I actually believe it's not a marching band rehearsal. It's a show, competition right here. And that player who was hurt was number 9, unlisted on the roster. She was able to get up. Kicked out, but whistle was not called yet, and there we go. Now Riley Chomko will get ready to kick this one out with 1:35 remaining. Fanned kick from Amelia Murphy. Marching band having their little thing on Stadium Field, which is where we'll be tomorrow for football. We're on Memorial Field right now, just Pequannock's second field. Kaylee Bunsen now on a breakaway. Kaylee Bunsen with it. Will she get this goal? From the side, and she'll get swiped away from Williamson as she'll kick that one out of bounds. Less than a minute remaining, though. Kick from the corner. Up high. Brought in. Off the head. Now Murphy with 7 seconds to go. Out the center. 3 seconds to go. And that is it. Panthers win. And they move on to the second round and will play against Kinnelon. They're big rivals. Pequannock played Kinnelon twice. They played at Kinnelon, won 5-0, and on the here at home they won 7-2. And that'll be it. Pequannock will improve to not only a 17-1 record, but they'll move on to second round to face the 8-seed Kinnelon team. Excuse me, 9-seed Kinnelon team. They upset the 8-seed. So that's gonna be a good, gritty rivalry matchup. And we'll see you in the next one, folks, as also Midland Park will end off their season with a 6-12 record. And we'll get knocked out of the first round. So that concludes today's matchup of the Pequannock Golden Panthers against the Midland Park Panthers on TJK Network. My name's Tarek Isaac, followed by Jason Crow and Aiden Garcia on the mic. We'll see you in the next one tomorrow for football, the football playoffs, and of course volleyball will be on TJK Network too, as the girls will run the field here. So that is it, folks. We'll see you tomorrow for volleyball on TJK Network 2, and the main first round matchup against Lakeland for football on the main station. So that is it, folks. Have a great rest of your night, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.